In late 2016, Judge Verdigans approached me with the idea of building a new courthouse, stating that the judges really wanted the clerk to be on board with the idea. At the time, I was impressed that the judges were including the clerk in this project and wanted my input. Of course, my first question was, how are we going to fund this? After hearing his response that we would follow Livingston Parish's model of collecting a user fee through civil suits, I understood exactly why the clerk had to be on board. We would be collecting that user fee, right? So I thought, the judges love their clerk and they want her input, but yeah, okay. Well, they needed me, yes. But I think they still love me, right? While I definitely saw the need for it, I told him I wasn't very confident that it was possible. I knew that the idea of more court costs probably wouldn't go over well with attorneys and their clients that had to pay it. But I also knew that it worked for Livingston and a few other parishes in the state, so it definitely was an option to explore. So many other questions went through my mind. How would we convince the parish council, the legislature, and the Supreme Court to approve this? Well, somehow we did, and here we are today. We started with the parish council's approval and then moved on to our legislatures, who were extremely helpful and supportive, and finally the Supreme Court. We spoke at different functions around the parish to give attorneys and the public an opportunity to see our plans and to ask questions. 3 years after that first conversation with Judge Verdigans, construction of the courthouse began on June 25th, 2019. And the clerk's office opened for business on November 30th, 2020, with the judges moving in shortly thereafter. There were many meetings with the architect, contractors, and others that took place over this time. We designed this courthouse not only for the present, but also for the future, believing that Ascension Parish will continue to grow. The building is 3 stories with 8 courtrooms, 7 of which we are now using, and 1 that it has been shelled out to be finished in the future. In the end, the total cost of the courthouse was $29.5 million, funded with a $25 million bond, which, as I said, will be paid with user fees on civil suits. The additional $4.5 million was funded by the clerk's office, sheriff's office, and the judges.
This building is fabricated of brick and steel and other materials, and serves not only as a building, but also as a symbol of justice, impartiality, and fairness, where the rule of law is applied equally to all, regardless of their social status, regardless of their wealth, regardless of the color of their skin. This building will ultimately be defined by how those who labor within its walls treat each individual who appears to seek justice. In the busy world we inhabit, we must remember that for many of those who are called here, their case or their problem is the most important matter in the whole wide world to them at that time. As public servants, we must remember to have patience, express goodwill, be helpful, and to treat everyone, regardless of their station in life, with dignity and respect. All of which will determine whether this building ultimately will be considered a temple of justice.
Why go into so much investment, time, resources, money into a building like this? And I ran across an article, and it really kind of captured better than what I could put into words as to my passion for it and to why I, thought this was needed so much. And a couple quick quotes out of it. Justice Powell, who was a United States Supreme Court justice in the 70s and 80s, and he stated that public buildings often accurately reflect the beliefs, priorities, and aspirations of a people. For much of our history, the courthouse has served not just as a local center of the law and government, but as a meeting ground, a cultural hub, and social gathering place. And then Justice Breyer has stated, The story that a building tells through its design may be as important to the community it serves as its function. By shaping our thoughts about ourselves and our institutions, it will directly affect our efforts to work productively together. Courthouses throughout our nation's history were a cornerstone of the community, a source of local pride and a center point of social life. Today, unfortunately, they're more thought of as just another serious office building. This is one of the reasons I felt it pivotal, although what the clerk told you, that was a good reason too, of why I went to the clerk to get her on board and get her under the same roof, so the public could visit this courthouse not just when compelled to, but serve as a public destination for many reasons. It's also why we wanted a multi-purpose jury room with the capability to host many events, ceremonies, forums, and now with the council room also a part and under this building, we have another important use in this community. With good leadership, open-mindedness, and the desire to change, we can have a courthouse that is part of the community, and we can continue this reimagining and use for our Donaldsonville courthouse as well. Courts are, after all, the people's houses of justice, and I truly believe that this engagement with civic life will have a direct correlation on a positive impact with our justice system.
Your being here tonight illustrates once again how much we can achieve when we work together. These new council chambers and this new building itself are examples of many different people, businesses, parish agencies working together to accomplish a unified goal, to bring the state-of-the-art facility to better serve and protect the people.
In this beautiful new facility, we have improved technology, modernized our meeting space so that people can interact with their elected representatives and engage in discussion and debate on the issues that matter most to them. This chamber will be secure so that the council can exercise its governing will as our constituents elected us and expected us to do, in safety, together with the general public.
We're in the Clerk of Court building that they occupied before their move to the new courthouse. So our plan is to relocate the Office of Emergency Preparedness, that our EOC, Emergency Operations Center, will be located in this building. So we considered moving into this space that we could design it to where we feel like it meets our needs. We're gonna redo the Emergency Operations Center space. We'll have a private conference room, we'll have separate offices, but yet the space will still be open. We'll have a new small kitchen facility with 2 restrooms, and we feel that we will be able to operate more efficiently during emergencies. We feel like if we move here, we can specialize this space into what we need here at OEP. We would have the open space that all of our staff during emergencies could come in here and operate to better serve our citizens of Ascension Parish.
So we have a skate park here that was dismantled, that was located in the city of Gonzales, and this new administration has decided that it was time to rebuild the skate park here at Oak Grove Park. And this represents a cost savings from building a new park. Yes, so all of these are the original pieces. That big piece right there behind me weighs approximately 60,000 pounds. So this was a huge effort to get it moved and put back in place. This remodel is we're spending approximately $125,000 on. I believe we spent approximately $40,000 to move the pieces here. When we did the cost estimates to build a whole new park, we were looking in the $250,000 to $300,000 range. So this will be a less expensive option when it's all said and done.
It's going to provide some opportunities for skating, which of course have low barrier to entry. It's a sport that a lot of people can get into from a lot of backgrounds, a lot of ages, a lot of ability levels. And so it's going to be really cool to see a lot of kids, a lot of younger adults coming out and experiencing this. And again, it's something that we haven't had in the community for a while, and it's going to provide a really nice place for everybody to come out.
good location everybody can get to. We got the bike path now on 42, so people can ride their bikes. You got the splash park right here. They got the playground. So just all in all, man, I feel like this is just an awesome location for everybody, real accessible from 42 to Airline, and just really, really excited about the new location. My son's out there who's 4, and I mean, I think we fall in the old guy category too now. So yeah, it's just really good to see everybody coming out and seeing people using it.
I can bring my kids, and younger ones can go play on the playground. My older kid can go play on the skate park. I can bring my daughter out. She can get on her scooter, go hit some of the ramps as well. So there's a lot to do for a lot of people, and given the location, it's going to be a really great spot for a lot of people to come out and do a lot of different activities. And this is just another added amenity here.
Okay, this is for the Oak Grove Skate Park. Thank everybody that really put their everything into this, that kept it going through the years. We moved it from Gonzales to Brayville, and this is just a wonderful thing. Thank everybody that did this.
Versus 7. 7v7 football is basically, when you play football, you have that part during practice where it's just offense versus defense, and it's strictly passing game. The field is condensed. We start at the 40. Each game is 25-minute running clock, 6 points for a touchdown. You can either go for 1 or 2. You can score points defensively for interceptions at some tournaments. So anywhere below the neck, you get touched. That's where the ball is dead right there. So we still have the same calls. Pass interference are still there. Holding is there, although it doesn't get called a lot, but it's there. So it's some of the similar rules. Most of these kids have never been out of Baton Rouge, never been out of the state of Louisiana. So it gives us an opportunity to show them a different part of the country. It gives the recruiting services and these people that are at these huge events an opportunity to see our kids. Also, they get to see other competition. They get to see other guys, other states, how hard they go, how dedicated they are. And
these types of tournaments don't really exist in our region, in our area of the state. And so teaming up with Rohan and Ken, for pennies on the dollar, we paint football fields and we create this mecca for these high school kids to showcase their talent. And if we can be a little part of that, all while helping our community and driving our economic engine, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that we're going to now have access to these fields is going to be huge for the parish. It's going to give us some more opportunities for recreation in the parish on these fields that we don't really have anything like this now. So, I mean, opportunity for some potential flag football, maybe even some ultimate frisbee and different things like that for programming for youth and adults that we'll be able to use throughout the year. So we're really excited.
The whole goal is for these kids to be better going out than they were coming in. And if that's a better football player, if that's a better person, if that's a better student, that's a better son, whatever it may be, that's the whole goal.
We are out here breaking ground on our dog park that the leadership of Ascension put together. This is great for the community because we really want to keep people in Ascension. You know, we don't want them having to drive to Baton Rouge and spending their money at restaurants in Baton Rouge. We want to keep them, you know, really beautify the park.
This is just one of the many great projects that Leadership Ascension does. They've become such a part of our community and projects. I think that when you look at our parish and how we're growing, a dog park is just a great amenity to have for our residents.
We're really looking forward to all the new things we got going on, a lot of different opportunities. So not just the same things we've been doing, but really expanding our opportunities. So here with the dog park, we're really excited to welcome out some dogs and, you know, look at different forms of recreation and being outdoors and with our little furry friends too.
We're
I hope the whole community realizes what a benefit this is for everybody, because, I mean, you talk about quality of life. This is part of it, having a great place to bring your pets, to meet other people. I can tell you, when this thing is open, you're going to see dogs here all the time. It's part of Ascension Parish on that upward trend, which I'm so excited to be a part of it. And really, quite honestly, I'm thankful that Leadership Ascension took the lead on this, and they're living up to their name, Leadership Ascension.
You begin your journey along that great mythical, muddy, but beautiful Mississippi River that transports you back to the past. Sprawling sugarcane fields and ancient oaks wind their way in and out of view. With each mile traveled along historic River Road, anticipation builds as to what lies around the next bend. Then when the moss-draped lanes lead to compelling stories waiting to be told, you know you've reached Louisiana's sweet spot. Nestled between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, straddling the Mississippi River and I-10, Ascension Parish, with its European, African, Canadian, Caribbean roots and historically rich past, is unlike any place to be found in America today. And when you arrive there, you know you've reached Louisiana's sweet spot.
Since I got on the council. So, I would like to thank the last council and this current council, because both groups have worked very hard to get this gym addition done for the parish. And it's also going to give more kids opportunity to participate in inside sports, volleyball, basketball, indoor soccer, and things of that nature. And it's also going to give the recreation department the ability to host wrestling tournaments and other events like that. That would be great to bring people to the parish.
Yeah, we're very excited to have this gym. Double its capacity. We're going to be able to offer a lot more in terms of basketball, and it's going to be a top-notch facility, really quality experience.
It's very inspirational. It's very big for the parish to give our kids a lot more to do, and give them an extra gym and a lot of other activities that can take place in Ascension Parish.
This is just another example of parish government's focus on recreation, providing some recreational opportunities for our citizens. This has been a work in progress with our council, and it's just excited to have to get to this point and start to visualize having this facility be upgraded for a great purpose in recreation.
Another great asset that the parish is building for the future, and the future is where it's at for kids, grandkids, and for all families. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful addition.
She calls me Goliath and I wear the David mask. I guess the stones are coming too fast for her now. No, I like to believe we can reconcile the past, where all the stones that are thrown are building up a road. Why have become cumbersome to this man? Why have become cumbersome? Resurrect these bridges with the nation glares. But my old stone face can't seem to bring her down. She remembers bridges, bears them to the grave. I have become cumbersome to this world. I have become cumbersome to my world. Too heavy, too light, too rocky, too white, too wrong, too right. I'm wanting her more. The bitter taste is cumbersome. No, 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 no. There is a balance between two worlds, one with an arrow and a cross. Regardless of the balance, life has become cumbersome. Too heavy, too light, too black or too white, too wrong or too right to dance tonight. Cumbersome. Too rich or too poor, she's wanting me less and I wanted her more. The bitter taste is cumbersome. No, not now.